I'm Paige, 35 years old, a stay-at-home mom living with my husband Tom and our 4th grade daughter Paula. We're known as the super close family in the neighborhood, and we've been living a happy life together. That is, until we had the misfortune of meeting the rudest guy ever. It all started one day when we went to a new sushi restaurant that had just opened nearby. This sushi is amazing! The salmon roe is to die for.
This fatty tuna I'm having is incredible too!
This egg is so good!
Paula, we're at a sushi restaurant, but all you're eating is egg?
Well, eggs are a kind of superfood, you know. It's packed with nutrients, basically everything except vitamin C and fiber.
Wait, really? Wow, eggs are kind of amazing. No wonder pudding is so good too. Now that you mention it, I used to only eat egg at sushi restaurants when I was a kid too. The three of us were sitting side by side at the counter, farthest from the entrance, enjoying a peaceful conversation. But then...
Yo, chef! The greatest Dan has arrived!
A man in a suit came strutting into the restaurant. Before the chef could even show him to a seat, he marched straight to the counter, far from where we were sitting, and plopped himself down. Wait, the greatest Dan? Did he seriously just call himself the greatest? Right then, Paula leaned over and whispered to me,
Mom, that guy seems kinda bad news.
Even my elementary schooler could instantly tell how off this guy was.
Chef, let's start with the same grouper I had yesterday. Oh, and a beer. Then give me some fatty tuna and, I don't know, some shiny fish. Whatever you think works.
Yes, right away.
Man, I've had such a rough day moving billions of dollars as usual. Can you imagine the weight of all that responsibility, chef? It's just the life of an elite banker, you know. Nothing I can do about it.
Oh wow, did he really just call himself an elite? This guy was painful to listen to. Even the chef looked awkward, barely managing to respond with a vague, uh-huh. Sensing that dealing with this guy would be nothing but trouble, my family and I kept quiet and focused on eating our sushi. But a few minutes later, 2 young office worker-looking guys walked into the restaurant.
This is my first time in a fancy sushi place. This is awesome.
Shh! Don't say that so loud. The other customers are gonna laugh at us. Welcome. Let me show you to your seats. This way, please.
Just as the chef was about to guide the 2 men to their seats, Dan decided to butt in.
Oh, so this is your first time here, huh?
Yeah, it is. We just got our bonuses, so we thought we'd splurge a little. Dude, stop it. Sorry about him. He's, like this.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at you, I could tell you're probably working some tiny desk jobs at some no-name company, scraping by. Me? I'm a regular here, and I work at Panic Collection Bank. You know, the big-time Panic Collection Bank. I move billions of dollars every day. Look at this, my watch cost $1 million.
Dan flashed his expensive-looking watch at the 2 men, who exchanged puzzled looks.
So how much do you guys make in a year? I mean, I'm an elite, so I really don't have a clue what the average person earns these days. Come on, tell me, how much, huh? How much?
At that moment, the 2 men probably realized they'd made a mistake by engaging with this guy.
Excuse me, chef. We're just gonna head somewhere else after all. Wait, gentlemen, please, hold on. My sincerest apologies.
Before the chef could even finish, the 2 men had left the restaurant.
Hey, Mr. Dan, that was really...
Could you please tone it down already? Who do you think you are talking to me like that?
Oh great, he's one of those people who think the customer is always right, means they can do whatever they want. Even from a distance, I was starting to get seriously annoyed. Clearly, Paula was just as irritated. Her smile was gone and the veins at her temples were visibly twitching. Once we finished eating, Tom, Paula, and I quickly made our way to the register, trying to avoid any chance of Dan starting up with us. As we walked past Dan, Paula muttered under her breath,
Wow, what a small-minded man.
Huh? What was that? Did you just say that to me, you little brat?
Paula didn't miss a beat.
Who's the one getting all worked up over a little kid, huh? Honestly, your ego's so fragile. It's smaller than the coffee cups in my Sylvany family's playset.
What? You...
Paula, hey, knock it off, I said, trying to play the part of a scolding parent, but inside I was cheering. Yes, way to go, Paula, that felt so good.
Mr. Dan, calm down. She's just a kid, for goodness sake.
The chef interjected nervously. Dan wasn't backing down.
Hey, you two! Yeah, you're her parents, right? What kind of trashy parenting is this? And look at you, those shabby outfits. You're a disgrace in a place like this. Get out of here!
Do you not see what's happening here? We already paid. We're leaving anyway, so you can keep your little tantrum to yourself.
You always have a snarky comeback, don't you? Unbelievable!
The chef had clearly had enough.
Mr. Dan, if you say one more rude thing, I'll have to ban you from the restaurant.
What? Why should I be banned? They're the ones who started it. That brat insulted me first.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. It's true after all. But if what you said hit a nerve and hurt someone because it was spot on, then yeah, it could be considered rude, so I'll let it slide this time.
What did you just say? What's a kid like you gonna do? That's hilarious.
Just make sure you remember this, your actions today, and my face.
Ha! Get lost already!
Right after that, the three of us left the restaurant. The chef bowed so deeply to apologize to us, I thought his head might touch the floor. A few days later, for Paula's birthday, our family decided to go back to that fancy sushi restaurant. I wasn't thrilled about the idea of running into Dan again, but Paula said, why should I change where I want to go just because of that guy? Well, we had a trick up our sleeve just in case, so we figured we'd handle whatever came our way. So on Paula's birthday, we headed to that fancy sushi restaurant in the evening. We sat at the counter seats and started enjoying our meal. The chef had prepared an elegant birthday plate for Paula made with seafood. It seemed like something they didn't usually do, but he made an exception just for her. Paula was absolutely thrilled. But then...
Yo, what's up?
Ugh, that voice. Yep, Dan showed up.
Hey, wait, Mr. Dan! I've told you so many times you're banned from coming here.
Shut up. Anyway, get me a beer and some sushi, whatever's good. Wait a sec. Oh, it's that little shrimp from last time.
As soon as Dan spotted Paula, he stomped over to us.
Hey, you, what are you doing here again? Poor folks like you should just go home. People like you make the sushi taste worse. Wait, what the hell is that?
Before finishing his rant, Dan's eyes landed on Paula's birthday plate. For a moment, he froze mid-sentence. Then...
You've gotta be kidding me! A happy birthday? Seriously? Hey, chef, isn't this supposed to be a high-class sushi restaurant? What's with this tacky little service? You're lowering the prestige of the place and by extension making me look bad!
With that, Dan grabbed Paula's birthday plate and lifted it up.
Hey, that's mine!
Mr. Dan, please stop!
Paula tried to snatch it back, but at that exact moment,
Ah!
Dan yanked the plate towards himself with such force that the egg on top flew through the air in an arc and landed on the floor with a soft splat. Paula, who's the type to save her favorite foods for last, screamed in despair.
My egg!
She was absolutely losing it. Meanwhile, Dan didn't seem to care one bit about the egg hitting the floor. Instead, he smirked smugly and said,
Oh yeah, that's it! I should produce this place, chef! With me in charge, this sushi joint would be a guaranteed success! A top-notch banker producing a high-end sushi restaurant? People would talk about it everywhere! Imagine it! Huge crowds, TV interviews, the fame!
This guy, unbelievable. But what he didn't realize was that he had already made the worst possible mistake. He had crossed the one person you should never, ever make an enemy of. I noticed Paula furiously tapping away on her phone, her hands trembling with rage. At that moment, I knew Dan was about to hit rock bottom.
All right, as the producer of this establishment, let me say this one more time. Poor families like you need to leave. There's no way I'm letting customers who lower this restaurant's status stick around. Not under my management.
Mr. Dan, could you please stop acting like this place is yours already? Also, besides, if you're supposedly the store producer, then you're...
The what now?
The store producer.
That's right, that's me.
Rejected.
What? What do you mean rejected, you little...
First of all, you can't just make yourself a producer without the owner's permission.
Oh, right. But the owner's probably just the chef anyway, isn't it?
Actually, I just make the sushi.
Fine. Then go tell the owner to make me the producer, will ya? Come on, that works, doesn't it?
Well, even if I did...
I'm pretty sure the owner would never agree to that.
Huh? Why the hell not? What? Spit it out already! Hey, chef, who even is the owner anyway?
I'm the owner of this place, actually.
Huh?
Paula casually pulled a business card from her bag and handed it to Dan.
What the hell is this? You expect me to believe that a pint-sized kid like you owns this high-end sushi restaurant? Did you make this card yourself as a joke?
It's the truth, Mr. Dan.
Huh?
This person is our owner, Paula, and she is the one handling the store's production.
What? Hold on. You've got to be kidding me. There's no way a kid like her could own or manage a place like this. Chef, you're in on this prank too, huh? What a lame setup. Ha!
Well, technically you do need to be at least 17 to take the food hygiene supervisor course required to own a restaurant. So on paper, I'm listed as the owner instead of Paula. But the one actually running and producing this place is Paula.
What? Food hygiene supervisor course?
Paula is famous in the restaurant industry as a prodigy, you know. She's been working as both a restaurant owner and a store producer in multiple places.
You've got to be kidding me! Enough with this 3-minute stage play. You really think I'd fall for that?
So you don't believe us? Well, that's fine. You're about to find out very soon just how real all of this is.
So, Paula, you really went and did it, huh?
Of course! This time I absolutely won't let it slide. The grudge of my precious egg shall be avenged.
Dan furrowed his brows, a big question mark practically floating above his head. Just then...
Huh? Wait, my branch manager's calling? Hello? Huh? Apologize to Paula immediately? Branch manager, what are you talking about? Wait, how do you even know I'm with this kid right... The hell? She had $26.8 million deposited at our bank? And now she just transferred all of it to another bank because of me? You just got the notification? Then that means she really is the owner? I'm so sorry, manager. I didn't know. Please, What? You're telling me to prepare myself because I won't be getting off lightly for this? Wait, no, please, don't hang up, please. Manager, no!
Oh no, it looks like they hung up on him. Dan was still gripping his phone, his whole body trembling. Then...
I'm so terribly sorry!
He wailed, dropping to his knees in a deep bow before Paula.
Listen, do you really think I'm going to forgive you now? Dad, Mom, let's go home for today. I was just texting with them, and we've got a meeting tomorrow morning with some of the higher-ups at his bank. So to make sure we put this guy in his place properly, I need to get my hair and makeup done perfectly and wear the best formal suit I own, one I never usually wear, to show them just how serious I am.
Oh, you mean that $20,100 suit? Oh, it's been a while since you wore it.
$20,100 for a suit?
I need to dress sharply so his superiors understand how furious I really am. So get ready because this isn't over. You'd better start thinking about what you're going to do after you lose your job.
Lose my job? That can't happen. My entire family and most of my relatives work at Panic Collection Bank. If you don't forgive me now, they'll say I've disgraced the family name. They'll be furious with me. Please, I'm begging you, have mercy.
No way! Not happening! Huh!
Paula puffed out her cheeks in frustration and stormed out of the restaurant. Even though she's a genius girl, moments like this remind me that she's still just a cute kid. Tom and I chuckled as we paid the bill, thanked the chef with a cheerful, "Thank you, it was delicious," and stepped outside. As the door closed behind us, I caught a glimpse of Dan, his face crumbling as he muttered, "My life is over," before breaking down in tears. With that, our family got into a taxi and headed home. Later, Dan ended up getting fired from the bank. Losing his prestigious title as an elite banker was bad enough. But just as he feared, his relatives at Panic Collection Bank were furious. "You're a disgrace to our family. You're not our family anymore," they declared, completely disowning him. Considering his personality, he probably doesn't have any friends either. Dan desperately searched for a major bank that would hire him. It seemed that his elite banker status was something he valued above all else. However, with a scandalous past like his, no reputable bank was willing to take him in. For a while, he had no choice but to remain unemployed. However, he couldn't bring himself to lower his standard of living, and before long, he was drowning in debt. Eventually, he resorted to borrowing money from shady lenders, and when he couldn't repay them, he was forced to work in a remote factory deep in the mountains of some isolated island. They made him work around the clock with no rest, leaving his body broken and his mind shattered. He became a hollow shell of his former self. Well, serves him right. Now, as for our family, we're still living happily together, just the three of us. Oh, and recently, Paula was interviewed on TV. When I searched her name on social media, I saw tons of posts saying things like, "Paula's amazing, so cute." Seeing that as a mother made me so proud. We've been visiting that high-end sushi restaurant pretty regularly now. Just the other day, we went again. Hello, Chef.
Looking forward to another great meal, Chef.
Good day, Chef.
Welcome. Please have a seat at the counter. It looks like the restaurant is doing really well today. Yes, and it's all thanks to Paula. That troublemaker is gone now. I truly appreciate everything you did.
Oh, don't worry about it. I can't stand people like him, so I was more than happy to deal with it.
Excuse me, are you Paula, the genius girl from TV?
Whoa, it's really her. Can I shake your hand?
Hey, man, don't be rude, calling it a real deal like that. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Do you guys come here often?
Not really, just once in a while.
Actually, this guy just got promoted, so we're here to celebrate with his treat, of course.
Oh, congratulations.
Dude, you really know how to take advantage of a situation. You do realize you're supposed to be the one treating us, right?
By the way, you might already know this, but Paula is actually the owner of this place, so please keep coming back and supporting us.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next?